Good morning. Welcome in. Today, I am in an event with the Take 5 group. So, is it spring yet? A pun because it is so cold. It is freezing in Oklahoma. And we're expecting a pretty good snowstorm, possibly some mix with some ice and rain. No fun stuff. So today we're going to celebrate spring. Hi Nancy, welcome in. Come on in and say hello. Let me know if you're new to my page. If you are, I'm Stephanie with Honey and Bear Creates. I do have a Telegram that you can find me on to get notifications when I go live. So if you're interested in that. Oh, thank you, Miss Jeannie, for getting me shared over. Jeannie is one of the founders of the Take 5 group, along with Christy and Mary. And I'm so honored to have been invited. Good morning, Ronnie. I'm so honored to be invited to their event because they hold some great events. So today it is, well, is it spring yet? Sorry, I'm looking outside at the cold, blistery wind coming through. So is it spring yet? So I'm going to be, hey Betsy. I'm going to be, hello Corey. Hi Sandra. Thank you for dripping the honey, Betsy. So I'm going to be using an actual bed spring for my craft, but we're going to be doing a cute little bunny rabbit and carrot. Hey Cindy. Cindy's up next, C3 Cottage Crafts. Her link is in my description. Hey Lisa, I'm so sorry you're feeling bad. Good morning, Deb. Welcome. So yesterday I was in the Scrapwood event and I did the bunny rabbit, and so now I'm kind of stuck on bunnies. So I am going to be doing a bunny craft with my spring. So is it spring yet? I'm doing good. Miss Corey, I haven't been feeling the greatest, but doing okay. Hey Sandy, welcome in. I'm so glad you're here. So for my spring, I have a cone, a floral cone that I'm just going to continue to wrap some jute around because I don't want it to be green, of course, but I didn't want to just paint it. So I'm going to paint, dry brush on some orange, well, not orange. Let me put my eyeballs on because I can't. I am stuck on bunnies too. Hi, Lita. Welcome in. Pueblo, because I don't like the bright colors, so I'm not going to do a true carrot orange. I'm going to tone it down some. And I, ever so often, I'm just dabbing a little bit of glue, because y'all know if you put too much glue on styrofoam or floral foam, either one, you're going to have a melted styrofoam. So, and I'm sorry, my husband is out this morning. He went to breakfast with some of his CB friends. And so I'm in charge of dogs. So if you hear the barking, I do apologize. Hi, Diane. Thank you. I need some hugs. I tell you, yesterday I had a migraine. I'm having some issues with my shoulder and my arm. And I have an appointment on March 7th with my primary care doctor to have that looked at. So we'll see how that goes, because I can't sleep. I can't even get my pants pulled up. I have to have my husband help me in the morning when I'm getting dressed for school. And then I have to have my teammate across the hall. Every time I go to the bathroom at school, I go in and she has to step out in the hall and help pull my pants up in the back. Because I can do it with this hand, but I can't move this arm much farther back than that without it just setting me on fire. So Well, hello, Miss Connie. How are you? Welcome in. Hi, Lisa with little of me. How are you? So glad you guys are here today. The Take 5 group link is in my description also. So if you're not a member of that group, make sure you go on over there. Gabby, I'm so sorry. Wind is blowing leaves across the yard, and she thinks she is. Whew. Another Connie. Well, hello and welcome. If you're new to my page, I'm Stephanie with Honey and Bear Creates, and I was saying earlier that I do have a Telegram, so it's listed in my featured section on my page. If anybody is interested in following or want to know when I go live. So let me give this another little part of glue here, since we are going to be tying it off, and I'm not going to stick my finger in it again because this glue gun is hot. Well, hey, sissy. There's my wild child Mercantile. She's up later today also. So let me find another end of my jute here, and we'll finish juting the carrot. And again, Mary, Christy, and Jeannie, thank you so much. If I'm missing anybody that is in your group, Corey, or anybody that's in leading the Take 5, I do apologize, but I appreciate the invite today. It means a lot. We all like to be invited to events. And yes, Ronnie did an amazing job. I want to talk to you about that wreath because I want to make one of those. I had at one point was going to make a quilt using bandanas, and I didn't ever do it. So I've got a few bandanas sticking around, red, white, and blue, so I could do a one for 4th of July. And then I didn't get to see all of Lynn's, but she had a great crackle going on her fence post, her Dollar Tree makeover. So, all right. You're just a participant. Yes, that's what I thought, but I just didn't want to leave anybody out because I was thinking I know they grow. They've grown a ton recently, and I'm just so proud of them. They do a great job at creating events and making people feel special. Been a lot going on already this year in 2025. Hi, Tony. Sorry if I missed you. I'm really just focusing here on making sure this twine is covering the majority of the green, because even when it goes to set down in the spring, I don't want any of the green to show. Don't you start over here now, miss. She is such a barker. Yorkies, I'm telling you, they're probably the worst. I think they may be worse than Chihuahuas. I don't know. They give Chihuahuas a run for their money, that's for sure. And she barks at her own shadow. They both bark. We watch TV at night sometimes and laying in bed, and not very often, but we do. And if there's any kind of animal, a horse, a goat, anything, dog, especially dog, werewolves, they go berserk, and they go to the foot of the bed, and they bark, and they bark, and they bark. Okay, so this will set down into the spring, like so, and it will have the things up top to make it look like the carrot. I can speak. All right, and so this is going to be the bunny nose. This is one of those hearts I was missing last night that I was looking for, and guess where it was at? It was on my table. So, I can lose things just staying right there. You're great, Pyrenees. Oh, yes. Our 150-pound Husky Malamute, she stays outside because that's where she's happiest. The house just isn't big enough for her and all of her fur. And so she stays outside, and she barks at the chickens next door, but she's also a serial chicken. She likes chickens. She just wants to play, and she ends up hurting them, and they don't stay with us very long. We had some chickens, and she made sure all of those, plus our rooster, was gone. Poor Ricky, because I had Ricky and Lucy and Fred and Ethel, but Fred turned out to be a Freddy. But she wanted them bad, and she got them, and it was awful. I was so angry with her. I was like, you meanie, meanie, meanie. Okay, so I am going to paint. Oh, I can't lift my arm up like that. Hi, Karen. I did see Kefany, I think, on here earlier. Hi, Kefany. If I missed you and didn't say hi at the time, I do remember seeing your name going by. All right, so I just want to make sure that this part is good and green, or orange. And then the rest of it, I'm just going to kind of dry brush some orange around it to give it the appearance of a dirty old carrot coming out of the ground for spring. We've already got Chromebooks and virtual distance learning stuff going for this week. I don't know if we're going to be out or not. It depends on if the weather comes in, but you know, because it is Oklahoma and they lie to us a lot. But the kids will be, I'll have to still teach. I'm like, I just want a snow day. I got to get up and be ready and on for office hours at 8 o'clock in the morning and sit there for an hour and then have 4 classes of math. And I'm just like, you're going to have a whole lot of online work to do. I'll show them some videos or something. It's hard to teach math on distance learning. When we had COVID in 2020, I had the hardest time. I had a whiteboard up in my house, and kids still couldn't see it. Plus, they were laying in bed in their pajamas, so that could have been part of it, I suppose. I'm sticking my arm to that. That hurt. That hurt. I'm glad you guys are talking to each other, because I am preoccupied down here not paying attention to the comments. Hi, Tylene. How are you? Welcome in. Again, this is an all-day crafting event with Take 5. So there will be crafters all day long. So you'll want to make sure you're part of that group so that you know who's on when. I know up after me is Cindy with C3 Cottage. Her link is in my description. C3 Cottage Crafts, I think. I know we all bring these brain dead live brains on with us when we start a live. And it's like, I knew what I was going to say prior to going live, but here we are now not knowing what I'm saying. Anybody else like that? Okay, so I'm going to try to put a little bit more of that. I'm painting the nose for the bunny in Barn Red. And then I'm going to just give both of these a quick dry, so hold your ears. Hold your ears. Hi, Melanie. Welcome in. I don't want to melt it, so I'm not going to put it on there too long. They probably make orange juice. I just haven't seen it. Thank you for sprinkling me out. Hi, Lois from Vermont. Welcome in. Let me give the heart a little love down here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stick it into my spring for Is It Spring Yet? And I'm going to go ahead and start putting in some of my greenery here. Look at that. What is that? It's stuck in my greenery. It's probably cat hair and yarn and some of that other stuff that I play with, ribbons, fabrics. So I have this, and I think this makes a really good carrot stem. I'm not going to put it all over because I have the bunny head going to go on top. So I don't want it to be a whole big bunch. Plus I'm going to be putting some moss up here. So I'm going to kind of just go around the edges, and thank goodness, since this is floral foam, it sticks right in. Sticks right in. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. So my husband and I got a wild hair last night to go see a scary movie for Valentine's Day that was about a Valentine's Day slasher, and it was actually pretty good, and we found a lot of it to be funny, because I was like, I don't want to get scared, and you know, the previews and the trailer that we saw looked kind of scary, and I was like, I don't know, it's Valentine's Day, do we really want to have all of that? And but we went, and we actually surprisingly enjoyed the movie. It was kind of funny, it had a love plot, and but yeah, there was some pretty gruesome stuff happen, but it wasn't too bad. All right, since I'm cutting those down and they're not as strong, I'm just going to poke a little bit of a hole in it to get it started. And like I said, I don't know, I better quit with this for now until I see the bunny head. You know what I mean, jelly beans? Because I'm going to put some moss around it. Or I may not even have to put the moss around it if I go around with that. But so far it's looking like this. So I'm going to move it out of the way. I'm going to close up the orange paint because I am done with that one. Trying to clean up as I go. What's my time? Okay, I've been on for 20 minutes almost. I'm good. I'm going to turn this little heart over. Oops. And give it some love on this side, and then we're going to work on the bunny head. That's the fun part. All this other stuff's the boring part. I like seeing the bunny come together. Alright, so that's all. I'm not going to worry too much about that either, so let's get this one out of the way. This was the barn red, and I'm just going to lift my little piece of tape here up because I'm hoping that I'm pretty much done with all of the paint. Excuse me, I gotta get a drink of coffee. I haven't even had my coffee yet this morning. Hi, Miss Zimmy. How are you, Robin? Oh, got glue stuck to me everywhere. All right, so I'm gonna just go ahead and pull this out of the way so that I don't get paint everywhere. And before I start working on the head of the rabbit, I'm going to wipe my fingers off of that paint because I don't want it to get on my actual fabric. I'm using Ozenberg fabric for the head of the bunny. And once I get that going and I get it set on top of the carrot, then we will see where we need more greenery or if we need moss. So, all right, so what I've got for the bunny head is Ozenberg fabric, and I have one of the styrofoam balls. So, and all I'm doing is I'm kind of wrapping it around. This bunny's gonna, let me get it in the center again. I probably should take this off, I don't know. All right, so it's gonna go in the center and wrap up. It's gonna have floppy ears. Stressed, you just got home from the store and with the snow, the road. Oh, I'm so sorry. We haven't gotten the snow yet, but they say it's coming. Snow with a mix of sleet and rain, and so, and here in Oklahoma, we don't ever really get a whole big old bunch of stuff, and so when we do, the people out driving think that, you know, they know what they're doing or that they don't know what they're doing, and they cause more problems than all the other stuff. Well, look what I did. Hold please. I put my bow maker over here. Oh, that hurts to stretch my arm that far. Because I have some twine that I'm going to tie it off with. And then we'll work from there. Because I want to get it good and tied around the top where the ears are going to be. So I want to have that be able to manipulate it. Yeah, they act like they're almost, you know, like when it first starts raining. Well, that's not working, is it? Do I need a bigger piece of, or do I have it in the wrong place? I may have it in the wrong, because it had come up. I practiced beforehand. But if it starts raining here, they act like they've never seen rain before. And then they get to driving too fast or slow as Christmas, you know, and you're like, you're holding the whole traffic up. You can do more than 5 miles an hour. It's just, you know, sprinkles. But when we get ice or snow, it's pretty bad. And where I live, up on this little mountain in the country, we don't have anybody come out and plow or put anything down. So we always have a kind of a mess. All right, so I'm tying this off, and I'm just going to tie a little bow right here at the back for right now. All right, and so his ears are kind of already doing what they're supposed to do, see? This will all be covered up. You won't see that part. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one end down to where it's more uniform, because, you know, we don't want a bunny with one super duper long ear and one with a normal sized ear. And then we're going to tie those off eventually. But so here will be her little face, the front part. So let me get that out of the way. And what I did was I made a little one because I'm making a mommy and a mommy and a baby. So this is what it kind of looks like when it's all done. And I took black paint to make the eyeballs. It's cute already. See, and then it's going to set like right here and all of that. So I probably won't even need the one thingy-majigger. But I do need the skewer that I saved over here. And here I go again. Pardon me. You're going to see my sweats. It's cold. I'm in sweats. I had saved this, and I'm hoping I can get through that Ozenberg fabric with it. If not, I'll have to poke a... Let me see if I can poke through with this metal one first to get through that fabric. this will go in, well, maybe. There we go. And then it will stick down into the carrot. So, but before we do any of that, I'm going to paint his eyes. And I'm gonna, well, not his, this is the mommy, so this is a girl. Let's see, I got a brush somewhere. Oh, but it may be, yeah, it's no good. No good for that. We need a new one. So for this one, I really gotta watch here what I'm doing. Thank goodness they're just little black dots. But you know, I can mess up black dots. Hi, Gail. Oh, yes, absolutely. Connie, I found this one on Pinterest, I think. I was looking, and I thought, you know, is it spring yet? Excuse me. And I wanted to bring in an actual bed spring because I thought it was kind of silly and kind of a pun on the whole is it spring yet. And even though I'm doing a bunny, but you could do, like I've done one of these before with the bird nest. You can make a bird's nest, you can do a bunny, a carrot, you can do like a hymnal page or a book page and kind of roll it together to make a little like a flower holder, and it sticks down in the spring. So here's the eyes, and it is just so cute. It's like a little flower vase. All right, so I'm gonna, before I put whiskers and all of that stuff on, what's my time? Okay, I'm good. I'm gonna give her some blush on her cheekies. And I want it to be bright because I want it to be stand out against her whiskers. You could use wire whiskers or the bed spring whiskers, you know, the little pieces that go between. But I chose to use the jute whiskers because of the jute in the carrot. So that's what we're gonna do with this one too. So give her some cheekies. And I also took my Distress Oxide, oh my arm, in the color Vintage Photo. And I went over her ears a little bit, down at the tips, just to give her a little bit of grungy, you know. She's been in the carrot patch picking carrots and found one for dinner. So she's gotten a little dirty. So there's her ears with the dirt. Okay, so for her whiskers, all I did was I took some of the thinner jute and made it to be like I was creating one of those little bows that goes in the center. So depending on however long you want her whiskers, she's a bigger one, so I probably better make, because her head is bigger than the baby's head. So, and I can cut them down if they're too big. But I do, just like I'm making a bow with the jute. And I got a piece here to tie it off with. I tried to have everything kind of sort of in place. Might have excess. I missed something. I have a lot of excess stuff. Too much excess stuff. I'm sure a lot of you guys, I was looking at Ronnie's wall of ribbon and I was like, holy moly, she's got as much ribbon as Heather at Velvet and Vines. And I was like, I love ribbon too. I bought some for another project because I did see Heather made the cutest little what a bunny candlestick floral arrangement, and I fell in love with it. So she inspired me, and I'm gonna make one. So I got the stuff a little bit different than hers, but I got some stuff to recreate. So I gotta send her a message and tell her I am inspired and going to make her project. So then the little whiskers are just gonna go right here on the face. Put a little dab of glue. So here's her whiskers. Isn't she cute? I'm loving her. She's so cute, so cute, so cute. And then that's pretty good and dry, except for in that one upper spot. And I just stuck my finger in that one upper spot. So then I put her nose on just right there on that little knot that I made on her whiskers. The one I saw on Pinterest, they did a lot of drawing on her face and things like that. Thank you. I think she's adorable. All right, so what I want to do is I want to go ahead and stick her in so I can kind of see if I need moss or if I can fill it up with the rest of this stuff. And I'll put glue down when I go to get her stuck. Well, maybe not, because I kind of like it not being, well, maybe I don't. Maybe I do want it to go all the way down. So let's see. That way the greenery. I just stuck my finger in her eye, but it's okay. It didn't make a problem. Didn't make a problem. And I don't need a whole lot here at the front of the carrot because I'm going to put a little bow there. Not a great big one. Sandy, don't. If you're still here, it's not going to be a big one. Maybe. Maybe. All right, so I'm going to give her some more. Oh my gosh, there's nobody there. There's nobody there. Little booger. I feel for Ronnie too. She's got those big old doggies and she was trying to make sure they stayed quiet and they listened to her. I was like, oh my gosh, I wish mine would listen. Mine do their own thing. They turn around and say, whatever, mommy. You're not the boss of me. And then, of course, I have to say, I know, you're right. I'm not. You're the boss. Little boogers. No boogers. And now we've got an extra one because my husband brought home his mother's when she passed. Little Chihuahua weenie mix. And he's as cute as can be, but he's not. Oh my gosh. It's a kitty cat outside. I am so sorry. So sorry. They're cuter than they are quiet. Look how cute she's coming in. I'm loving her. I'm loving her. And she's going to have some little piggy tails up here. If I have time. What's my time? I got time. I got time. Time. We're good. We're good. Singing to myself now. This one I think I'm going to have to poke because I cut it too short. So I'm just going to... Gabby, come here. Come here. Where are you at? Come here, Gabby. Come here. She's like, no, because Mommy may give me a whipping. I'm not going to give you a whipping. Oh, I think it's turning out so cute. And I'm not going to have to mess with that nasty moss. I love the look of moss, but I hate dealing with it. It's kind of like the whole glitter thing. I love the look of glitter, And I'm pretty glittery, but I hate to work with it because it gets everywhere. And I feel like that moss is everywhere when I use it. Like, I don't know why, but it is. It's everywhere. I find it in the floor later. Thank you, Betsy. Your dogs are barking at my dog. Oh, no. She's so cute. I'd show her, but she's being all, I'm going to get in trouble mode, so she's trying to hide out. Be good. She ain't good. She's rotten. And Piper, she's having an allergic reaction to something, and her little eyes are all red, and she's got white fur. And so when her eyes get red like that, she looks like something's really, really wrong with her. And when we took her to the vet and talked to them about it, they were like, she's just having allergies. She gets stressed, and stress causes that. And I'm like, what does she have to be stressed about? She gets to eat whenever she wants to eat. She plays. She's got all kinds of toys. She's got a better bed than I've got, I think. And she gets treats all the time. And I'm like, what does she have to be stressed about? You tell me. Your dog is wondering where it's coming from. It's coming from Honey and Bear's house. And Gabby, I've let her little top knot grow out so that she can wear the little bow, because, you know, gotta have a bow. But she won't keep them in. She gets under the bed and she'll rub it across the carpet and all this other stuff to try to get it gone. And then, look how cute. And then when she does get it gone, she is messing around. I'm going to see, this may be too big of a flower. If it is, I've got some smaller ones here. But I wanted to kind of, I don't even know if she needs a flower. She may not need a flower once I get her little ponytails in. Because I'm going to use this floral fabric. And I'm going to tie her little ears off with a little bow in them. Just a little, just one of those little bitty, like shoelace bows. I'm going to get rid of that in a minute. So let's go from behind and into the front. I don't want to cut the other end off in case I want to make it a little bit longer, so I always try to leave my pieces long until I'm ready to cut. Because the other one, I didn't give her the little pig ears. That's what my mom always called them when she'd give me, or she called them buffies. I'd wear buffies as a kid, or pigtails. And, you know, I was okay with that, so. But I didn't, you know, back then in the 70s, they didn't have these little headband bows and all the fun stuff that I could have very possibly been able to wear. Because I would have worn them. Except for, I don't know. Alright, so here is one of the piggy tails. And I'm going to cut those tails down. Anybody's mom call them buffies? Hi, Elizabeth. I was telling my husband about you last night, so we were praying about you at bedtime. Praying for your healing. My mom called them buffies, and every once in a while she'd put those ones in that had the balls on the end, and it never failed. She'd pull it, and then it would go pop me in the head and hurt. Boy, those hurt. Thank you. All right, so we're going to do the same thing over here on this side. Just give her a little buffy. I want to make sure my fabric's going the right way. I've done these like this before and made the little sock bunnies, and they're cute too. That you can do fill them with the rice or whatever the stuff is. You're so welcome, Elizabeth. We filled them with polyfill, and then when it gets up to the top of the sock, the tube part of the sock, you cut those down the middle. I may have to make another one of those because that one was super cute that I made. My mom just loved it, and I don't know where I put it. Need to find my Easter box that's got all my Easter stuff in it. Oh, this one's not working right. It's kind of taken over, but there we go. Look how cute. All right, so now we're gonna put, I'm gonna put a little bit of glue right there at the top of the nose and, well, maybe, and push it back just a tad bit. That hurt my arm. I'm such a crybaby. But boy, it just hurts. I don't know what I've done. I don't know if I've got some sort of a pulled muscle or something, but geez, my goodness, it hurts. I'm just holding this here so it will stick pretty good. Thank you, Emily. I'm loving it so far. Okay. Oh. It's all right. I don't expect her, she's in the carrot patch, so I don't need her to be perfect. And then this one doesn't have bows on the ears, it just has a flower in the center. So you could do it however you wanted to do it. And I didn't paint her nose, I left her nose gold. I'm going to take, let me see. Yeah, those are pretty dry. I have a Posca pin here to give her little white doohickeys. Like my terminology, doohickeys. What are these called? There's a term for them. Sandy, are you still here? Because Sandy always, well, I can't see it pulling up on this one. I may have to use white paint to give her little dots. They're those little, what are they called? Anybody remember? Okay, so I think what I'll do, maybe, is take a few of these little sprigs, the smaller ones, and maybe stick up here in her little bow to give her a little bit of something extra, but I'm not going to glue it until I look at it and see if I like it. And then again, I may not like it at all, and it's not too bad. I don't know yet. I'm going to leave it while we make the bow for the front of the carrot. So we'll work on that now. Won't take very long, I don't think. I've got 15 minutes. You would go with doohickeys? Yeah, I would probably do doohickeys too. Lois calls those little fan feathers, you know, the little pumic grass or whatever those grasses are. She calls them flicky flackies. So, and now obviously I don't know the name of them. Pampas grass. Pampas grass. I got it. I'm cleaning up my area just a tad bit so I'll be able to see. Ooh, sorry. See what I'm doing. I need to get a quick drink. My cup says, so apparently I'm dramatic. I don't buy that. I'm not dramatic. not dramatic in the least. Oh, there we go. Having a hard time with this arm. Okay, and they started me on another Mounjaro injection for my diabetes, and they gave me 10 milligrams, and I'm like, holy cow. The 7.5 milligrams have been doing me in. And I'm going to bring in just a tad bit of this bluish green that I used on my little fence picket. There's where that stuff's coming from, see? It's the Sari Silk. I had an end. There we go. And maybe she needs a little bit bigger of a bow than I first anticipated. I'm not sure. I'm funny. I'm a hot mess. Oh my gosh. So I'm not going to leave these tails very long at all. Like last night I made longer tails for the Picket Bunny, but on this one I'm not going to make them as long. And Lois, I told everybody that you were my inspiration because I was like freaking out, not knowing what to do, and you were like, use that picket we got in Canton. And let me tell you, Lois is an artist. She sent me a drawing. It was so cute. She's an artist. Don't let her fool you. She can draw. Super cute. I just want a little bit of the contrasting color in so it's not dramatically pink. I did Peter Cottontail last night. He was my Peter Cottontail. Thank you, Elizabeth. This was about as spring as I could find this morning. I was like, I want something springy. Although it's not springy here. Not getting the snow yet, but I'm ready for it. All right, so I'm gonna do 2 loopity loops because I want it to be pretty full right at her neck. And then, do you carry with you in case? I have some glucose tablets because a lot of times mine will drop, especially like when I first take it because it's just 1 weekly injection. And when I started that, my A1C came way down and was in a good range. And then something happened, miscommunication with my pharmacy and my primary care, and I couldn't get it filled. And I haven't had it since December. And I noticed that my levels were coming up. And I was like, I got to do something because I don't want to end up back with that really high A1C. And so I called and made an appointment for her to look at my shoulder. And I said the pharmacy never did get our prescription that you had called in. And so she called one in for me yesterday, and my husband went and picked it up, and I took it this morning, and I'm like, oh, it'll probably make me sick for the next 3 days because I haven't had it in a while, but it does help lower that A1C and keep me pretty low, but sometimes I go way too low, and then that scares me. But I guess that's just part of being diabetic. Hi, Cindy. How are you? I'm in an event today with the Take 5 group. Is it spring yet? So we are doing a spring bunny. A mommy and a daughter, but for right now I don't have a smaller carrot cone, so I'm waiting to go to, I guess I got this one at Michael's, but I can probably go to Dollar Tree and pick up one. All of my styrofoam carrot cones were big. I didn't have anything small. And I want her to be on a smaller one because her spring is a little different. Okay, so let's see what we got going on here. Let me straighten them out a little bit. Fluff it up. 8 to 12 inches of snow, sleet, and ice later tomorrow. Oh, Lois, bless your heart. You know, they get us all worked up, and the milk and the bread and all that stuff gets hoarded out of the supermarket, and then you can't get anything, and then nothing happens. And then you gotta wait for, you know, of course it's happening in other places, so the people that are delivering it, you know, you gotta wait for them to get to us, and so it's like, I don't understand why everybody goes and hoards all the milk and the bread, but they do. All right, so let me see how I'm gonna do this. I know I'm gonna get rid of this part. Here's the bow, but it doesn't have the button or anything on it yet. I'm gonna stick it up here. That sounded bad. I'm gonna stick it up right here. I'm not sticking anybody up, I promise. Not today. Banks are closed on Monday, so I probably won't be doing it then either. It's silly. You stay safe in Vermont with that kind of snow and ice. And Robin, if you're still here, I'm glad you were able to get to the store, and hopefully you don't have to get back out in it and have to drive on it. I don't drive on it. That's the good thing about most of the time, you know, if it's dangerous or a lot of snow or anything like that, they cancel school and I don't have to go, but I don't drive very well on it. I get scared. I'm a scaredy cat. All right, so I am gonna have to put another small piece in, because here's the ribbon, so I'm gonna put a small piece of the greenery right there, but I want to put a button on her bow. A button on the bow. So I'm not gonna really worry about the color or anything, but I'm gonna do one like this, because it's kind of, let me layer down a little bit here while my other glue tool wasn't heating up my glue stick very well, but this one is hard to, to keep the glue stick in. Howie, that's hot. All right, so I'm gonna put a little bit more greenery. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Ronnie. She is turning out pretty cute for her to have. And then this is the spring. See, it's a little bit smaller and it's not as big around, so I need a smaller carrot for this little girl to go on. But so there'll be, there'll be a mommy and a baby. I still have to put the greenery around her, but we're getting there. I'm gonna see if I can bend this back just a tad bit so her face and stuff shows a little bit better. Okay, so let me move this one out of the way and I'll get my greenery back. I think these just make the perfect carrot toppers. I like them. I like them. Thank you, Becky. Thank you, guys. You guys are so sweet. And thank you, Melanie. Oh, my goodness. I hear dogs across the street barking, so all three of my dogs were over here with their ears straight up in the air. I'm like, nope, don't do it. is poking me. Oh my goodness, look at that. How cute. I'm loving her. Gotta come up with a name for her. I got Peter Cottontail behind me, so I'll have to have a name for her. Let me get my, I want this to kind of set a little bit farther that way so I can see. That was better. That way I can see more of her face. I need to get her eyes on, because I want her to have a little bit of that twinkle in her eye. And I don't know if I've got any white paint up here, because I thought I was just going to use the Posca pen, because it worked on the little girl. Kinda. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Regine. Oh, thank you, Sandra. You guys are so sweet. Please make sure you join the rest of our friends today if you're able to on Take 5. And if you see anybody that you're new to, check their page out. See, you know, you can give them a like or a follow if, you know, you want. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, she's so sweet. Do we like the greenery in her ears, or should I take that out? Haven't really decided on that. I do have a small green flower that's awfully cute that could go right here in the center of her buffies. What do you think of that? Or do you like the greenery better? I've got a blue one, so we could add some blue to up there, but what do you think? Oh, I'm sorry, Glenna, but that's okay. Super simple craft. I didn't, you know, it's just, you guys like the flower? Should I put the flower? Hey, Lindsay, I didn't see you there. I kind of like the flower. Okay, good. Betsy is the winner there. She's the first to respond on that, so we're going to do it. These are those little solo flowers, and I use them every once in a while, and the baby bunny has one. Hers is bigger because she didn't get the little ponytails. Oh, stuck my finger in it on the back side. Okay, so here's this one. And then here's this one. I still have to find her little carrot, the right size carrot, but she's awfully cute. Or I may just put her, I have a little bird's nest that I could put on there and set her. No, I think I like the carrot better. So that I can give her a little something too. Thank you, Lois. All right, so here is the finished, and nothing on this is permanent. So that's the good thing. Like, you know, I can pull the carrot out still and use it somewhere else. It could go in something different. All of the greenery I can pull right out of the styrofoam or the floral foam. I can cut the ribbons around her ears and take the ball back out and use it for something else. If I decided that I was in a pinch for a styrofoam ball, I would have it. So super cute. Yes, please join my Telegram, because I try to make sure I put it out there every time I go live. So you can find my Telegram in my featured section on my page. But this is so cute. I'm loving it. So this will set with the little girl. And then I've got the, I don't know if you guys can see the fence post behind me from yesterday. If you weren't on my live yesterday, excuse me, you're going to see my sweatpants. This was the bunny rabbit that we did on the fence post for the scrap wood. And see how I made his tails a lot longer. So this is Peter Cottontail, so he'll go with the girls on the fireplace. So super excited. I don't normally do a whole lot of decoration for Easter, but I'm kind of into the bunnies right now, and they're making me excited. Thank you for stars. I'm not sure who sent those, but thank you so much. All right, guys, the Cindy with C3 Cottage Crafts is on now, so go check her out, and I will see you guys. I know I'm live Tuesday for sure, so I'll see you then. Love you guys. Bye.